And I'm going to tell you that you've got to fix profitability first. Because if I don't fix profitability first, cash flow is irrelevant. I mean, cash flow, you know, profit is a leading indicator, cash flow is a lagging indicator. And so I've got to get that leading indicator fixed first. And so I'm going to go through a quick example with you that shows examples of a company at 5 different levels of profitability: 5%, 10%, 15%. This company makes $100,000 of revenue each month, and at these 3 different levels, they've got a 40% tax rate. And so we're going to assume that they're a service-based business, that they bill, you know, they'll work for the first month, at the end of the month, send a bill for $100,000 to their customer, and then they work another month and send the second bill, and then the 15th day of the third month, which is 45 days from the date of the first invoice, they finally get paid. That's pretty standard terms, is 45 days. And so that's a fairly common scenario that a lot of service-based businesses get. I'm telling you, if you can get paid earlier, fine, that's a great, you know, bill quicker, all of those things. But this is a common scenario that we see, and it'll drive the point home that I'm about to show you. So you can see on the first graph, you can see the red line represents what your net income is over the months. And you can see from month 1 out to month 60, you know, you're looking at over $150,000 of profitability, of cumulative profit. But notice the blue line, which is cash flows. Immediately, you dig a 2-month hole because I've got to pay 2 months worth of expenses before my checks start to come in. And so, you know, I'm almost $200,000 in the hole. The line of cash flow does not cross over break even for cash flow until after 60 months. So tell me, if you're willing to accept 5% pre-tax profit, are you willing to wait 60 months to be cash flow positive? That doesn't sound like a good deal. But if you're willing to do it, just understand that that's the math of how it works. So let's look at, well, if I change one scenario, let's change it to 10% profitability. All of a sudden, I cut the 60 plus months down to 33 months. Well, that's better. But let me ask you this. Are you willing to wait 33 months to be cash flow positive? I still don't think that's a good number, and unless I just have no other choice. At 15% profitability in that scenario, I get cash flow positive in 22 months. Now that's starting to make a lot more sense to me. And so you can see the combination of all 3. You know, where do you want to be? 60 plus months, 33, or 22? I think I want to be closer to that curve. Now, obviously, I've got other tools in my tool bag and that I could bill more frequently to speed up the cash flow, and certainly any of those things that you can do. I can get the customer to pay me in advance. Well, good luck on that. I mean, you know, you'll get some customers to pay you in advance, and the more you can, the better. But at the end of the day, if you want to penetrate the marketplace still generally demands terms unless you have some other unique selling proposition that allows you that. And certainly I'm all for developing those, you know, don't get me wrong.